Welcome, guys, to our first podcast, No Sweat Sports. I'm your host, Trent, and I'm here with our co-host, Nick.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Today's topic is going to be top 15 quarterbacks in the league. I don't know, Nick and I kind of went over this topic once at like 3 a.m. and thought it'd be a good podcast idea.
Sounds like a good idea in my head. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. Sorry if it's a little bit bad because it's our first podcast, but we're going to try to work on it.
Yeah.
We also got more stuff than our top 15 just to add some predictions. Yeah. I don't know. How do you want to do this? Top 5? Do we want to start with the top 1 or go from 15 to down?
We have the same top 5, right?
I think so.
Should we just go like? You say your top 5.
I'll say my top 5 first.
Right.
1, Lamar Jackson. 2, Russell Wilson. 3, Aaron Rodgers. 4, Patrick Mahomes, and 5, Drew Brees.
Okay, so we have the same people, but in a different order.
Mm-hmm.
My number 1 is Lamar Jackson. Number 2, Wilson. 3, Aaron Rodgers. 4 is Drew Brees, and 5 is Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
So I have Brees over Mahomes.
You have Brees over Mahomes.
Yeah.
I think the only reason I put Mahomes over Brees was because he played more games.
Well, it makes sense, yeah. If you like this year,
yeah,
he did play more games.
I mean
Brees is dominant.
I can't say that too much because then that'll sway some of my other picks, but that's the only reason I could see why I put Mahomes over because Drew Brees is honestly one of the top 5 quarterbacks.
I mean, if you're 4 or 5, that's kind of interchangeable, and you're good, that's like elite.
Yeah. Those top 5 are all elite. That's what I would call my elite quarterbacks in the league.
I might even put number 6.
My number 6. What's your number 6?
Deshaun Watson.
Oh, okay, that's mine too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He started off good, but
I mean,
towards the end of
the playoffs.
Yeah. Towards the end of the season, I think he fell off a bit.
Which is all. I mean, it happened.
I would not have known, but I had him on fantasy, so it kind of had to make me look at that a lot. What's your 7 through 10?
My 7 through 10?
I think it's different for mine.
I think we should do one at a time.
Or one at a time?
I feel like this will get a lot different.
7, I got Stafford.
I have Cousins, Kirk.
Okay. They're kind of the same player.
Same style play.
Same style play. Terrible Monday Night Football records.
Yep. Monday Night Football.
Poor Monday Night Football, yeah. But I put Stafford. I mean, it's a little biased, but I just thought Stafford was having a career year at the time.
Kirk's a little biased for me, too.
In 8 games, he had 19 touchdowns. For Kirk Cousins, 15 games, he had 26. I know that's not everything, but...
how many interceptions does Stafford have?
5.
Okay, yeah, okay. I just like
that's
Kirk
the only thing,
he only has 6 interceptions. I feel like that's
on
the lower end.
It is, I would say.
He's got that 69 completion
percentage. Yeah. Stafford's close to it at 64, but I don't know.
They're like similar quarterbacks. They're safe.
The thing is, for me, like if Stafford was healthy, I could see his stats being way higher, and I know stats aren't everything, but like that's a big thing in the NFL universe, I should say. 8th.
8.
I put Kurt.
I have Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy You know I'm not a big fan of Jimmy G.
I think he's good, but I know you're not a big fan.
That was one of the ones I changed was Kirk Cousins. He was actually my 9th originally.
You swap him?
I swapped him with Tom Brady at 9.
Wait, so 8?
8 is Kirk Cousins. Tom Brady's 9th.
9.
What's your 9? Stafford at 9. So we're in the same general area somewhat.
Same area.
Yeah. I looked at the stats and I was like, Kirk's having honestly, even though he's, losing Monday Night Football games, which, is a team stat.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
He's stuck his way into the playoffs.
He's in the playoffs. He had a better year than Tom Brady. The Patriots are kind of disappointing this year, even though they're 11-5.
Yeah.
So
3rd seed.
I don't know. I'm looking at the stats. He's better in literally everything besides yards, which, that's not always everything. Tom Brady also played an extra game, so it was like...
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. And then my 10th is Jimmy G.
My 10th is Tom Brady.
So we have the 3 same players, just different order. I think that's a reoccurring theme here.
I feel like
all right. Yeah, number 11. Who do you have?
I have Josh Allen.
I also have Josh Allen.
All right. I like the season he had so far.
Yeah, he had a. Yeah,
he's a good quarterback, future quarterback.
I don't think he's top 10 yet, but potentially he can be.
In the future, yeah.
He's
23 years old.
He's super young. I think he's in his second year, right? Yeah, he was in the same draft as Baker Mayfield, the GOAT.
I'm gonna tell you right now, he's not in my top
15. Hate to break it to all the Browns fans who do listen. Baker Mayfield did not make my top 15. Last year he was my top 20, I guarantee it. But hey,
probably top 20. He's probably top 20 again for me, but
maybe. 12th, I had Dak Prescott.
Tannehill.
I
love Tannehill.
See, I originally had Tannehill at this spot, but I looked at the stats, and granted, Dak Prescott played 4 more games, so his stats are going to be higher. But the 30 touchdowns and the 70 QBR.
I mean, that's respectable.
And
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something about Dak that always throws
me off. I
just don't think he's that good of a quarterback.
I don't think he is either. I think he's overrated because of his offensive line and running back, which more people put him in the top 10, which I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback. But
top 10 quarterback either.
He did have a good year, I'll admit. He was almost 5,000 yards, 11 interceptions, which is kind of high. But I didn't watch too much of him, so I mean those interceptions could be not his fault. You know how I'm saying, like, I don't know.
Nah, it's Dak's fault. Dude.
It's Dak's 100%.
He's not in he's inaccurate.
Jason Garrett would have been clapping his hands after those interceptions.
But I also have Tannehill at 12 just because of how he was able to keep the Titans and make the playoffs with the Titans after taking over that team from Mariota.
He's
garbage.
He's my 13th.
Okay,
yeah. I have
Carson Wentz.
You have Carson Wentz. Okay. Carson Wentz didn't make my list.
I think he's a top 50 quarterback. He's good.
Yeah. I don't know. I had yeah.
Stop getting there.
But I did put Tannehill at 13th because, like you said, he did carry that Titans team. They weren't going to make the playoffs before he started or before he got traded for. 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 70% completion in 12 games. No doubt he gets over 30 touchdowns. He plays all 16.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And Titans probably win more games if he played. And then I had Jacoby Brissett at 14.
He's not in my top 15. 14,
Kinda.
I have Carr.
You have Carr.
I had Carr.
Yeah.
I like
Brissett, it's kind of a stretch, but beginning of the season, he was really looking good. Colts were 6-2 or something.
Yeah.
And that's really what swayed me. And then he got injured, but he missed only 1 game, surprisingly. But
yeah, I thought he missed more than that when I was looking at it.
I think the injury really caused it. I think he just needs time to heal.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of put him at 13th. I kind of expect him to be really good next season.
Yeah, but I like Derek Carr. They're almost a playoff team.
Almost. John Gruden.
Almost.
Completing the rebuild.
Somehow John Gruden almost. I don't even know.
Only 2 years into his 10-year contract, too. So, they're really on the move.
Derek Carr had a 70% completion this
year. He did? I didn't look at that. 21
TDs, 8 interceptions, 4K yards. He had a really good year. Honestly, I could have probably had him higher. I didn't realize stats were this good, but he plays for the Oakland Raiders, so
he was my honorable mention, believe it or not. He was my 16th technically, but since we're top 15, I just had him as honorable mention. I had Matt Ryan at 15th. He had a lot of interceptions, but I still think he had 4,400 yards, 66% completion, 26 touchdowns. I think the end of the season definitely changed my mind on it. If it was a mid-season rankings, he wouldn't be on here. But I don't know. They really turned it around at the end of the season, so I kind of had to put him on there.
I couldn't get over the beginning of the season for me. And plus, he has Julio Jones on his team.
He does.
Anyone can look good with Julio Jones.
That's true. You put Dak Prescott on that. You put Baker Mayfield.
So you have Dak Prescott. He is my number 15. I just think he's top 15.
Yeah. He's yet to prove himself, to be honest to me. He needs to lower his interceptions and needs to prove it with a team. That's why I have Stafford so high. He can prove it with no one on his team. He's
Exactly.
All right, so that's my top 15.
Top 15's pretty set. I'm kind of happy. I'm happy.
Yeah,
with it.
I'm very happy with mine. It's kind of all each of our opinions. All the audience is going to be different, obviously.
Yeah, except for Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. I think honestly, our top 3 are pretty much the same for everyone. Yeah. Besides Kansas City fans.
Yeah. Okay. If you're a Kansas City fan, I could definitely see Mahomes.
Could see it. Yeah.
You.
But yeah.
You have honorable mentions?
Yeah. It was just the Derek Carr. Derek Carr, or who else did you have?
I know you said Teddy Bridgewater when you were talking earlier.
Oh yeah, Teddy Bridgewater. He's definitely one of my honorable mentions, but I don't know.
I put Gardner Minshew as
Gardner Minshew.
Mention.
Oh, that's true because he's
coming out of as a rookie, taking over that role
with the expectation, what people expected from him. Yeah, he really went above beyond that. Especially Minshew mania.
Yeah,
the time at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. That was crazy. That was so much.
That was
fun.
Crazy. All right. Predictions. We're gonna start with comeback player of the year. I'm pretty sure we're both somewhat on this, somewhat the same.
I think we're similar.
I put Teddy Bridgewater.
I had Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah,
too.
I had him, or it was between him and Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah,
I would say.
There's probably someone else that we missed, but
yeah,
Bridgewater has had a crazy comeback year.
It's the main reason was because like the injury, and then not getting a starting job back, going to the Saints, being a backup, and then like getting a shot when Drew Brees got hurt. And it was like, going undefeated in his games too. Well, did he go? I thought he lost one game.
Did he lose one game?
It might have been one game. It's still, nevertheless, he played really good. Yeah, 8 games. Yeah.
He did good.
And then moving on, Rookie of the Year predictions, offensive and defensive. The first, what was your offensive Rookie of the Year?
Murray.
Murray from the Cardinals?
Yeah.
See, I thought Murray, but like
he's I could think of.
A low-key pick that I had. I thought about it after the Lions played against his team. Josh Jacobs from the Raiders.
He's a running back, right?
Yeah, he had 242 attempts, 1,100 yards, 4.8 average, 7 touchdowns. And then I just added it in there, 116 yards receiving, even though it's not a lot. But it's still good rookie numbers, I
was looking at him. Yeah, and he had a really good season.
For a Raiders team that wasn't expected to do a lot, I could see it. But Murray was definitely in my top 2, top 3 for offensive Rookie of the Year. Cardinals really surprised me.
Yeah, they had a really good season.
Murray did pretty decent for his rookie year. So, other than those, I don't know who else to put.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to be accounting. Oh, you forgot this guy. Well, hey, sorry.
Right, dude. Well, I don't really pay attention to the rookies that much.
Defensive, I'm pretty sure we're both on this. Nick Bosa, 47 total tackles, 32 solo, 9 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, and an interception.
Sound like veteran stats.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And like that 49ers team literally looked completely different this season.
Oh yeah,
it's like
their defense this season.
Oh my god,
steps above last season.
Well, what even was their record last season? I don't even know what their record was last season. Hold on, I can check real quick. All right, yeah, I got it pulled up. They were 4-12.
And this year they're 13-3.
Points,
quite an upgrade.
Points against 435 compared to 310 this season.
Yeah, that's crazy how much their defense
way different.
Changed.
Granted, that's not looking at schedule or anything like that, difference of the strength, but
yeah,
it's still a significant amount to where.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think Nick Bosa was definitely that difference that was being made there. Mm-hmm. All right, Coach of the Year. We each picked four coaches. I already think I know what Nick's is.
You have my number 1.
I know your number 1, but I don't know your 4.
You want to go in reverse? Start at 4.
I didn't put them in order. I just listed them.
Oh, okay. Well, then we can say.
Okay. Mine 4 that I had were Mike Tomlin of the Steelers, who went 8-8. John Harbaugh of the Ravens, who went 14-2. Sean McDermott of the Bills, who went 10-6, and Sean Payton of the Saints, who went 13-3.
Yeah. Okay.
What were your 4?
John Harbaugh, of course.
Yeah.
Sean McDermott of the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Carroll, the Seahawks. And this is my sleeper one. I had Cliff